Well, they might be scrim partners, but this is the first time we have seen DRX and ZETA Division face off against each other on stage. A very, very big opening game here. And Bala, if we look ahead, you don't want to lose here. You don't want to go through that lower bracket here in group stage because you're not even playing against the #1 seeds yet. This is where you need to show up.
DRX, they have a pretty good track record when it comes to opening games at international events. They've picked up everyone so far.
Yeah, they don't have a great track record when it comes to Icebox, though. So we'll see which one is going to be stronger going into this matchup. But yeah, it's going to be the early start now over on that attacking side for DRX. And honestly, I think that this is one of those series for ZETA where I agree with Bala. Like, if they don't win this map, I think it's going to be incredibly difficult for them, especially with their overall track record at these sort of events.
Well, look at this. We're only a couple of seconds into the round, and it seems there's been a clear definition of where this is going. The B side is under threat. You don't see this in EMEA all too often, and they're starting it off with a lot of aggression. Look who's already up in the spawn. Stack's trying to chase Def down, but now he's in a bit of an awkward spot. He needs help. They need to come and try to help him out of this corner because it looks like ZETA know that he's in there. They're clearing it as they go. They've got to deal with Stack's in the spawn, and he goes out wide. Reload off, and a third almost found, but 10 just about survives. And look who's wrapping around the back. Another kill in the way of DRX.
Yeah, this is starting to become incredibly difficult for the defenders, but Sugar Zero will be able to clear one off the back and leaving it down into that 2v2. The problem, though, is that spike is ticking. They have to get a move on, and there's still utility just landing to try and deny them off that defusal. The swing does have to come through, but it's already done. DRX are going to get themselves the pistol.
DRX, they've come in, and they've not invested too much here, you know? Even though they lost the 2 players in the last, they're happy to go for a much faster strategy. Plant's going to go down. Now, they tried to deny that with the snake bite and poison orb, but nothing's really going to come through from ZETA to aggress into it. So that space is taken for free. The plant is found, and now with the weaker weapons, they've got a much better chance if they can catch these players off guard. Already Zest has done well to find the first, and that avenue of approach is completely blocked out by the nade. But Sugar Zero's coming in on another angle, helping them out and retaking this control. This is a round ZETA should have in the bag, but these weapons can catch you off guard, and they're certainly doing that.
Yeah, this is incredibly dangerous, especially in a bonus round, and Marco comes through at the end and just closes things out. DRX cope with it well, already looking to get their 4th round onto the board, and yeah, this after plant, I don't think it's one that you can really hope for too much damage. Again, though, if you start to look at the ultimates that are on the other side, like Laz is going to get his tour de force into the next round, save them a little bit of extra cash and have a chance to basically lock down that B side, or maybe get a little bit more aggressive, if that's what we're going to see. For now, though, he's still got his Headhunter, and maybe that'll be enough. 1 bullet, though.
Yeah, well, he might just be able to get a kill out of it. Shot missed, though. And look at all that utility on the spike. They've tried to push forward and take some space. Instead, they've done exactly that. It looks like only 1 left alive for DRX, but Mako gets out alive for 4 rounds on the board. Laz is going to try to use the tour de force. He's only got a classic to back him up. If he gets hit by KO here, he'll have no opportunity to take them down. But luckily, that ult comes in a little bit late. Laz is already well out of there. He's TP'd over towards Kitchen, and so he's still going to be able to use that tour de force if he keeps range. But look at DRX. They're looking to take range out of the question entirely, but 2 quick kills for 10. That leaves the KO in the open. They want to try to get out there and recover him, but I mean, that's a risky move by RB. Okay, Deb really thought he had the flank open there.
Sneaking his way through. They're even going to kill off Stacks, make sure he can't come back from the dead. But they still have to clear this Viper's Pit. And it's going to be a lot easier said than done. You can see the utility already falling through. The players aren't within it. It's just buying them extra time that they have to sort of almost hunt for this player that isn't even there. And they're just playing those lineups. They've got it to half, though. They could just dodge the rest. But Marco, again, just swinging back in. He's having an incredible game so far. And now Laz is the only one standing. Someone's going to swing. But at this point, can he get it all the way through? No. It is Zest to close things out. And DRX, again, these afterplans have just been dirty.
Yeah, these guys are recovering so many bad situations. On the A retakes twice, we've seen them lose a lot more than I think they should have. And then right there, even playing outside of the Viper's Pit, that's what I love. They realized, okay, these guys still have the drone online. If we try to hold inside of this, chances are we're going down. So instead, they go back, they play the post plant. They know once the Viper's Pit falls, you still have the orb there. They pop down the snake bite, shock darts. I mean, Death here with the Blade Storm, and he's just about avoided being detected. This could be huge. The information on the back of the side is there. The Blade Storm will try to pick off 1 or 2. No success to start with. Although that shock dart lands.
Look at the time. There's only 15 seconds left. If they actually just wait for this afterplant to come through, there's a real opportunity, but Depp gets absolutely nothing. Teammate's still here. Crow will drop another. Still has another shock dart to try and fire into the corner, and he's going to get himself a second. Jonas loving this one, leaving just stacks remaining. A 1 versus 3, an opportunity for a first round to come onto the board, but there's still a lot to be done. Laz will land the final headshot, and hey, all they needed was a breather.
That's all they did, a breather, a blade storm, and a big performance on that A site. Zeta are able to pick up a first round.
At least from EMEA, that's a rarity.
Yeah, for sure. The A site run-it-backs have been in so many times. I mean, just watch a G2 game. You'll never see the B site. This is a big stack out of Zeta. They're already in position. This could be dangerous. Hunter's Fury coming through, but it doesn't land to start with. And RB makes it away. Lucky too as well. Oh, well, maybe not so lucky.
Yeah, he's been caught out. Holding on to this, not going to be easy, but again, they've just got all of this afterplant utility being set up to try and delay. It's actually not landed. That's a bit of a problem. It gives an opportunity for them to try and get in, but instead, Buzz just goes popping through the screen and already manages to drop one.
He's got an updraft if he wants to go above. Running low on knives, but now he's refreshed up. The backstab coming through. That's Hunter's Fury out of play. A little bit dangerous, though, as Sugar Zero's dancing around. Crow's coming in to help on the other side. Stacks, good for both, though. Closing out the round and putting 6 on the board.
Drone being heard, I think they're going to have a decent idea that they're coming around the back.
Well, the idea might not matter. That's Mako down, the big player for DRX so far. Zest has caught players off from this corner before. They should be clearing it, and that they are. Down he goes, another player. Lost for DRX, but hold on. Surely they're not recovering this immediately. The spray for RB connects. The res is through. DRX are steaming back into the lead. In just a matter of seconds, this round just flips into their control. And now things are looking pretty miserable. Sugar Zero does his best, but I mean, there's just too much to play against here.
RB's timing, even off the swing of the drone, just hands him a free kill, and Crow, like, what can he even do at this point? Finds the first at least. 3 bullets left in the clip, and RB's going to swing off the back of the ping. Another player stepping up for the side of DRX.
So when you look at how DRX have played, which has been just straight blitzing, and even when they've blitzed into 5 players, they've still won the round. So I kind of get it from Zeta, just not gambling and putting all their eggs in one basket. Good opening already for Laz, and there's another. Still has his TP to work with, so he's going to stick around here, knowing that he can anchor himself over towards Kitchen if he needs. This is a perfect start to potentially double up on Zeta to close this out. He can't go too much further.
Yeah, not worth the risk, especially at this point. And well, I guess he could just stick around for even longer, just trying to wipe out their squad all on his own. They haven't spotted the swing out from Stacks. He will be able to trade one out. Sugar Zero is going to go swinging, but he'll win that important battle. Looking like their second round is almost guaranteed, but I was going to say the last man standing was Mako, but thankfully they'll be able to get this one over the line, Mitch. And hey, they did double their rounds.
Smap. We're going to be jumping in with a lot of information to play with DRX. They've spotted 2 players. They've heard a stampede outside of A. And Stacks, well, he's going to play the retake that they've already set up, taking the orb and getting out of there.
Yeah, they have a lot of utility for it as well. Like, you look at the Snakebite, Shock Dart, Fragment, they're all just basically set up to try and damage that player who looks to go for the plant as much as possible. And they're looking to try and catch out the mid-rotate. This is a problem. Sugar Zero going down will leave them without the screen, so that they've already lost a big part of their utility as they try and make the entry into the site.
Now we've seen Stacks set up for this already, but that's to stop them from down below. Unfortunately, they have planted above, leaving 10 in a pretty good spot. Shock Dart comes through, and again, not going to find anyone. Zeta primed for this. They've lost 1 player, and DRX are retaking on purpose, and they have a Viper Wall down to help them do that. So we need a duel to go their way, equalizing this up, but Dep's caught on the way back out. Headhunter running out of ammo, and the TP's needed to get on out of there. There's the wall to allow the defuse to already come through halfway, and this is looking like it's done. The defuse right under their nose. All the kills are theirs, but they can have them. DRX have taken 11.
Yeah, it seems like one of those points where they're so busy fighting everyone else that maybe even the call just didn't go through, that wall had come up. And I guess a lot of that just came down to a perfect read from DRX once again. Like, okay, they didn't know exactly where they would plant, but then they still had the wall and just countered them and held all of the other angles that they could actually swing onto the spike. And it's a very scary time if you're on the other side. And with 3 players already building up, it looks like they're just going to aggressively push forward. And because of the 0 point they've been throwing over the last couple of rounds, nobody really took any ground, and Buzz aggressive, and he gets out.
That dash working perfectly to get him around the corner. But here's where at least ZETA can claim some of the advantages. They've got ranged fights on offer. Laz is trying to get a little bit aggressive. He's pushing up into them, and that's not expected. He'll be able to convert. RB down, numbers equalized. This is what you want in this round. Look for DRX. They've got weak weapons. So in heads-up duels, they should be losing. In fact, 50 HP left on Buzz. He was being tagged up that whole time. And they're trying to initiate some of these engagements, and successfully. Buzz shouldn't be able to get another there. He's bailed out. Like, he got snake bit and everything.
I don't understand how he's escaped at this point. He probably should have died after the initial duel, and he's still swinging into angles that they're spraying. If they're going to try and fall back from here, I'm worried for them, but at the same time, they'll be pushing into a 3-man stack if they don't.
Yeah, that drone obviously came over, so Buzz swings to try get them through the smoke once they get revealed. They have a pretty good idea of where he's going to be. Left. I don't know if they saw him there. That drone got destroyed from backside, if I'm not mistaken. Buzz still dancing around. How is this guy still alive? He goes down finally, but Zez steps up to close this out by the looks of things. 13-2. We had our concerns about the Japanese region coming into this, but I hope that's not anything to indicate what's happening moving forward. Icebox, the map that everyone said would be ZETA's hands down. They barely got off the starting block. They're picking up the pace massively, looking in towards this A site. They've used their utility to clear it out, but ZETA have played retake, having pushed up through C long with 2 players and had that early flank started. They're happy enough to play back into this site later on, so that's going to leave DRX in a little bit of an awkward position, but they know that the flank is coming through thanks to that turret.
Already. You can see them attempting to try and clear some of the angles with the Tiger. Well, at least spot out a couple of different positions, but the time is already ticking. They are managing to at least isolate Marco, so that's 1 player down already. But again, a lot of time has already gone, and the Flash is trying to clear out this position, not really doing their job. Again, a Trey gonna come back. Laz in the favor, and he's found another couple. In fact, they're trying to stick this defuse, and Laz is doing everything. A third for him, just 1 man standing. It's already hard, so he still has a chance, and he should be able to get this defuse comfortably in the end. It will be the round going the way of ZETA, and well, this man has kicked off with a bang.
1-0, but ZETA, at least in the morale lead. Remember, this is their opponent's map pick. Their defensive side was very poor on Icebox, and I'm not going to say that's because of Icebox. It was because of how DRX navigated their attack. DRX, you know, they dominated map 1, and what do we say about confident teams when you lose the pistol? Hey, take that force buy.
Oh, well, they just instantly denied that space. They're just like, no, you can't have short. We're going to aftershock it straight away. Force back those aggressive positions, and already dashing their way into the site. They managed to get an awful lot of control here. In fact, they've just dominated these early battles. The swing through from Crow's just on his own. The rest of his teammates already dead, and, well, who was it who won the pistol? I've forgotten.
Yeah, it was ZETA, wasn't it? This is a little bit shaky. Oh god, they're not gonna kill
But
yet.
Laz is now gonna get 5 kills after getting 4 in the last round.
Yeah, well, the turret's gonna see him coming, and now we look towards Mako, the player who was dominating on the previous map. And, you know, Kukuka brought it up in the pre-show that Mako's been feeling a lot more free. That's what we heard from Stax, and she theorized that's going to be fantastic if you move away from that Astra. You move towards that Omen, you can get a lot done. And well, they certainly have gotten a lot done here. Full buy at pretty much no cost, as if RB wanted to run the Bladestorm, but he doesn't. He's going to keep it in back pocket. And then they have Rolling Thunder to help them initiate even further. And they've spotted Depp in the corner. He's got to burn his dash to get out of there.
Yeah, it's needed. You just see him, 2 shotguns already thrown into that corner before he even moved. But straight away, the ultimate stand up will give them the space. This is a rinse and repeat, A-site execution again and again, and it is so clean in the manner in which they do it. There is not a spot that goes unchecked when DRX enter a site, and now, well, with a lockdown in hand, they're going to try the retake.
Yeah, they're going to try, but there you go. That's the problem with running this. The lockdown's just not going to get you the space it used to, and Buzz is tearing them to shreds. 3 quick kills for this guy. And Laz and Crow, well, they're thinking about going somewhere else. We talked about Buzz, and we were hyped to see him on map 1 when he's playing the Korean Jet, and then he comes in on a Killjoy.
Yeah, this is nuts. They're all falling through the air.
We didn't even get to see, because it's just... I really wanted to see them be able to dictate the pace, and instead... well,
Spike planted.
So they're not able to do much.
Yeah, they've still left players lurking behind as well. They have their flank firmly watched, and they've got to try and get into position here. Now, you've already seen that they managed to at least tap the spike, because Est gets a freebie, but it's only a trade on what has already come through as the remaining players look to make their way back in towards this site. But they are just playing with that afterplant utility, just consistently throwing it in. They even have lineups all the way back towards the spawn, just to make sure that they can't tap it. And he's activating it as they fall, so that players take damage. It's just filthy, but the trades are coming back through. So what? Oh my god, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
Korean Jet? What is this guy? He's got lineups for nano swarms. He's spraying them down.
Korean Killjoy.
Killjoy.
It sounds so much better.
It works, and that's what it is, man. How all 3 in that little operator push coming out of depth, and there's the opening, and it's Buzz taking down. Huge player to take down early round, but the spike's on A.
Damn.
Wow.
That's unusual. I guess they've gone for the full-on retake, maybe expecting that Laz could be getting closer to that lockdown again, although we saw how valuable that was the last time it was actually used. And, well, the retakes so far on this map have achieved very, very little, almost hoping for a little bit of luck with the spam through, and now trying to set back up into the site.
No, you're not going to push that. No, you're not. Blinds in. They're still holding that Rolling Thunder, waiting for these players to make some noise, start to move forward. Here's the Rolling Thunder. Now they know that they're close, and that's where RB is going to follow up, but the operator gets him. He couldn't even have scoped. I don't know how he's gotten away with that. The stun comes through. Out goes one. Stacks, though, he's caught in the open. Mako's there to save the day, spraying away. This is unbelievable. It seems like so many engagements I look at and I think, DRX, you're in trouble. You're in hot water here. And then someone comes out with like a triple or quadruple kill, finds them triple water falling out of heaven. I don't even know what's going on anymore. And you know the best thing? I reckon that Mako might just have had the best use.
Was this a no-scope? It has to have been a no-scope.
It had to have been, yeah. There you go. Jeez. Mako, I think, had the best use of Omen's ultimate that I've seen. He just used it. They used it early to aggress on C long, and then he ults back to A long.
Laz has actually still been able to do some damage. What can he do on the other side? Again, we're going to see this lockdown pushed into play to basically just remove all of those aggressive positions. Like, cut out anybody that can be pushing. Crotho's actually managed to kill Zest. Was he in a drone? That's the only thing I can think of. He must have been in a drone or something that he's managed to go down to the aftershock. And, well, Laz has managed to at least hold the site for a second, but the trades come in again.
He's still alive. I mean, this is once again just unbelievable. Buzz is able to find another, and then the turret goes down. They know there's a player up close. Now, Buzz is probably going down to that, sure. But in the meantime, Mako seizes control, takes down Sugar 0, and it's left onto 10 yet again. No flash to play with here, no utility whatsoever. He has to win this off aim duels. He's got Mako and RB on the other side, too. Absolutely huge players to take down, and a spike to defuse. And that time is certainly not on his side. We need these shots to connect so quickly, and it's Mako to close that one 10-1.
There needs to be a clear. The flash is going to give them information, but doesn't actually catch that close player, and it's whether or not they get itchy feet. The stun is so perfect, and even while dancing, does RB not take, I don't think it's got points of damage. Instead, there will be the Rolling Thunder to at least, well, stun them up a little bit as they look to come through. RB has still managed to find the kills. He still found the...
Stunned up, running through smokes. Doesn't matter.
He did
not for this guy.
I don't think. Oh dear.
Little ace needed for Laz. You know, they only round they won. He got 4 kills. There's 2 already. Shock dart right on him, though. Oh, another coming through.
God, just pop the lockdown. Why not?
Well, you got to now, don't you? Like 10 seconds. That'll push them back to long. But you can't try to stick this with 20 HP.
And look at their after plan. They weren't even playing this after plan. They waited for him to use the lockdown and then had it as a backup plan. This whole half from DRX has been absolutely grotesque, and it looks like they've come into this and gone, Zeta, we know exactly what you're going to do, we know exactly when you're going to do it, and we have picked this apart piece by piece. This was a decimation.
The only round they've got so far is the pistol. For Zeta, they've got to be feeling down in the dumps.
11 rounds in a row.
Not great.
Oh dear. Well, it's a fast take at least. They're going to get themselves in on towards that B site, and there's a fast push coming in behind, although there is utility to at least give them that information and deny them a little bit of extra space. So the info will be there for Zeta.
I mean, DRX are taking this one nice and slow, thanks to the flank that they've got coming through, but it's being caught by Zeta. Spotted, I should say, not quite caught, because DRX are running free, taking every single kill as Crow is left alone. Headshots connected, but not enough. He needed a 4K to get away with that one. A familiar story for Zeta. As they go down 12-1, well, this really is a nightmare for the Japanese team. In the end, though, it's going to be a straight C push up through long, and DRX are waiting for it. Stacks primed and ready. Great stun. It catches most of the players. Paranoia to stop them further aggressing. Flash through. It's all just slowing them down, but now look who's in position. They've already got Buzz just tucked up there, ready to take a fight.
25 seconds left on the clock as they will begin their execution. Again, though, they just look to almost swing into some of these duels as Mako has already managed to find a couple. It's the beginning of the end. 10 now, the last man standing. Got a Spectre, he ain't going to get anything done. DRX, they have just destroyed another D for Bala there, as it was completely ridiculous. Zeta have managed to get absolutely nothing in this match, and unfortunately it is looking like a repeat of what happened last time.